What's up, y'all? It's Lanay, and this is part 3 of the psychic reading that I was doing about the DNA. And you see the title. I can't really remember the exact title, but if you watched part 1 and part 2 and you tune into part 3 today, thank you so much. Okay, I really appreciate the support. All right, and if you haven't seen part 2 or part 1, the links are in the description box if you're interested. You don't have to watch them in order if you don't want to. You might receive the messages a little bit differently, which I don't believe in coincidence. So with that being said, just listen to your intuition. Make sure you take what resonates and leave the rest, as this is a general reading, okay? So getting into it, all right, this is the original card pull part of the reading. Originally I was going down the notes here. I'm gonna finish doing that, go back over the channel message, and then hop right into the cards so we can just like get this reading done, because I feel like Spirit has a lot to say, okay? Spirit has a lot to get out to whoever's watching right now. I feel like you just been through a lot in your life. You have a lot of frustration built up. You have a lot of just pent up energy, feeling like 1 minute you're feeling euphoric, or you feel like everything's going to work out for you, everything is good, and then something could happen and just trigger a set of emotions and make you feel like it's the end of the world. Like, do I even belong here, or whatever? And I feel like I'm talking to a collective that they might try to label you mentally ill in some type of way, because you might be unstable. You might still be learning yourself in certain areas, or you might act out in certain ways that people don't approve of, but it's really because you have a lot going on within, okay? So that's what I was saying at the end of the last reading. It wasn't necessarily like a part 2, because like the storage had ran out, so I was still trying to record, and it just stopped recording. So here we are. Again, thank you so much. My Cash App is right here, Lanay the Drug, and also will be in the description box. All right, thank you so much for your tips and donations. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also comment if you feel guided to. All right, okay. So basically, with that being said, you've been through a lot, okay? You have a lot of frustration built up in you, and so you may kind of question why your life has went a certain way. And I feel like it's all about you just embracing that you have went through a lot of things, and it did make you, like, it's cause and effect. Like, you're not in this alone. You don't have to like beat yourself up or feel like anybody has to take a responsibility for how you feel, or even yourself. It just is what it is, like nobody, it doesn't really have to be anyone's fault, because everybody's going through shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's the message of like that right there, because we were starting from the sacral chakra, which was I embrace and celebrate my sexuality, which means you embrace where you come from, you embrace your life, you embrace what makes you who you are, which also includes your sexuality. Sexuality is not all about sex, which is what I said in the last 2 readings. It's about how you move, like what makes you who you are, okay? Pink represents the healing part of that, okay? So it's just that divine feminine energy that's healing and nurturing you and just pouring into you while you're being who you want to be. You're safe, you're secure, okay? When you do that, when you feel safe and secure in your body, we're getting to the part where you're going to feel more powerful, okay? Because when you start to have gratitude for the fact that everything happened for a reason, and things can make you more stronger than anything, okay? You don't have to feel like a victim. You realize that, okay, well, there's things that I can do, like all of this kind of falls in line. Like, I am smart, I belong, my potential is unlimited. Like, you'll start to see that, okay, where I am right now, there is a place for me on earth where I can thrive, and maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing, especially if you feel very strongly about something, okay? Pay attention to how strong you feel about something. And I'm talking about with your heart, and you also have like a strong belief behind it as well. Like, it's all lining up with you. Just like pray about that shit, because there's a lot that I feel like the universe is trying to tell you, and it might be some things that you might be afraid to do because it's not the usual, you know. I just feel like I'm not talking to a person that you're going to come across every day. Okay, so it's time to embrace that side of yourself, that you are very unique, and you know, like, this world may not be capable of loving people like you. You know what I'm saying? You have to love yourself more. You have to show them something. You know what I'm saying? You're not of this world, but you are in this world right now, and you're in it to bring a light to it, okay? So that's what I'm getting, y'all. Let's get into the channel messages here. It says, now is the time for something important to be revealed about yourself and many things related to your purpose. Things may seem frightening at first because some ideas are totally out of your comfort zone. There are programmed beliefs that keep you from embracing your full potential, and these beliefs have formed out of fear. You have tried to maintain control over certain things without realizing that it is all an illusion. Therefore, you have control over yourself, and that is it. You are being guided to surrender to the divine. Do not trust your surroundings more than you trust your own gut. Know that you have a unique divine purpose, and others may not always understand you. Never be afraid to follow your own intuition and take a leap of faith. Know that the Creator is with you at all times. Trust the process, okay? And then the last reading, I put notes about like the signs that came out. So we had the moon incense. Okay, so this is the rest of the incense that was burning last time. I don't know if you remember, but yes, the reading did cut off, but I saved the incense. I didn't just let it burn. I want you guys to really feel the energies of, you know, the moon. Like, I want you to receive everything that the universe has intended for you. So I brought it right back, you know what I'm saying? I saved it for you. So the moon incense here, remember the first reading we had the sun incense, so that was a really huge synchronicity there. So I wanted to point out the elephant incense holder, which ended up being tusks on the elephant, so it was a male elephant. It says, I noticed the elephant wasn't an elephant. As I researched on Google the description of the animal, and it's called a tusk. This animal represents supernatural strength and power, and then the ability to overcome obstacles and establish boundaries with others. Also patience, wisdom, grace, and temperance. Okay, and then the last but not least, the word chastity stuck out to me, which means virginity, if you want to wrap it all up. But then the other definition was the state or practice of refraining from extramarital or especially from all sexual intercourse. And then extramarital, which is my own definition here, it basically means something that is not of your original path, but a distraction from your highest calling, okay? So, you know, I did elaborate a lot on chastity in the last reading about how, you know, you don't want to be involved with things that are not on your original path, because then you end up attracting things that are not really for you. So you end up having a chaotic lifestyle or chaotic energy around you where you don't know what the fuck is going on. You always feel chaotic. You might, you know, it's because you are entertaining certain things that are not even meant to be on your path at all. So whether that's it can be something small, okay, like certain habits that we learn growing up, like we just pick it up because it's a coping mechanism, or the type of people that we're attracted to, maybe we're attracted to them because of something deeper within us that doesn't belong, okay? Like, this is our responsibility. It's our responsibility to be in a state where we're actually relaxed enough to be able to observe everything that we do and everybody that we encounter, so that we're not just feeling like, oh, let's just you know, hurry up and take this opportunity. Let's just rush into things. Let's just, you know, we don't have time to think. We don't have time for this one. Like, you have time for everything. You know what I'm saying? People make time for what they, you know, feel is important. So if you know that your soul, like this soul journey is important, and, you know, your mission, like what you came to earth to get out, because there's something here that you're meant to express. There's something like you're meant to break generational curses here. You're meant to help other people, like your friends, that friend group that you're around that's always, you know, complaining and nagging, and you know that you're the positive one. You know that, you know, you have something to bring. You can show them something, but you don't know how. Okay, it's time to start figuring out how to do that. Stop like belittling yourself, making yourself feel like somebody else should do your job when you know that you were the one called to do that. Don't let nobody else take your fucking purpose. And of course, like, it's gonna be your purpose at the end of the day. What's yours is yours. Can't nobody take that from you. But it's like, I'm just getting this energy where it's like a lot of chaotic energy in your life, okay? You don't like it. You don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, it's just time to take action. It's just that simple. It's only gonna get worse. And sometimes it only gets worse before it gets better. Like, once you start taking action and stuff, it might feel like, damn, I should have never done this. Things are just falling apart. But it's because it's uncomfortable, y'all. And it's better to be uncomfortable in a situation you're supposed to be in versus being uncomfortable in a situation you know you're not supposed to be in. You know? Because eventually, if you know that you're making progress in some area, you can keep going and realize, okay, eventually I'm going to be in a space where I am comfortable. But the more you stay in a situation you're not supposed to be in, you will never, like, it's impossible to have hope in that situation at all. The universe will keep showing you why you're not supposed to be there. It's going to get repetitive and it's going to get louder and louder until you actually decide to pay attention to what your soul is saying. It's not about entertaining yourself. It's not about feeling bored. It's not about, you know, having somebody to just talk to. When you know that's not somebody that you really care to talk to, like, it's not feeding you for real. It's just passing time by, you know what I'm saying? Them are the people you need to let go of because it's just taking up space. It's taking up space. It's not feeding you. It might not be intentionally draining you, but it is draining you because it's keeping you from using that same energy. Like, that energy that you're putting towards your friends or the things that you shouldn't be entertaining, that can go towards the things that really could just change your life for the better, you know? And so, yes, you are wasting energy by doing that because you only have a certain amount of energy in a day before you can go to sleep again, before you have to go to sleep again or something, you know? So make sure you're like spending that time wisely, because time is money, money is time, and everything is energy. So, you know, just be aware of what you're putting your energy into and what you're putting your focus, because energy isn't always about like moving your physical body and getting tired and sweaty. It's also about your mental energy, you know, like, what are you thinking about? Okay, are you tiring your mind out by thinking about certain things too long that you know that you really can't control? Like, it doesn't even matter if you think about it or not. What decisions are you making on a daily basis that actually may be making or breaking your situation? Okay, think about that. So, getting into it, the overall energy, I already like shuffle cards and stuff like that, so, you know, we're good on that. Okay, so when I was shuffling the cards and pulling out, I was getting the energy of grief. Right now, you may really just be grieving, okay, over the things that you feel you have lost over the years, or, you know, just in this lifetime in general. You're just kind of tired of how things just be working out for you is what I'm getting, okay? But let's get into it. That was like a channel message. So the overall energy, we have the 8 of Pentacles here, all right? Okay, so the 8 of Pentacles is all about hard work. It's about concentration. It's about, you know, being strategic about how you want something to turn out, okay? So that's the only way you can really decide if you're making progress, is if you know what your goal is, okay? So I am getting that some of you really need to write down your goals. Like, what is it that you want? What do you really want, okay? Like, make a decision is what I'm getting, okay? That's one overall. All right, yeah, so I'm having technical difficulties right now. I have to free up some storage. Y'all know how this iPhone be. Like, no matter how much you spend on storage, it's always a storage problem for some reason. But getting into it, the Eight of Pentacles, number 8 is about the infinite sign as well. So it's about what is it that you can do that you feel productive doing, but you also could do this all day, every day. Like, it doesn't tire you out. You feel good doing it. You also feel like it's a purpose, you know, like it just works. It's well-rounded. It works for you in all areas of your life. You feel proud to share it with others. It's helping people. It's helping you. It makes you feel creative. Like, whatever this is, it's just well-rounded. Okay. So think about that. That's the energy I think that's the energy I feel you're meant to be in. It's something that just occupies you, but it makes you feel good and entertained at the same time. Okay. So, we have declutter here. Okay. So, with declutter, it says you'll feel better and more focused if you'll take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. So declutter is giving me the vibe, especially with the Eight of Pentacles, is that, you know, you don't have time for everything. You don't have time for the extra bullshit right now, for real. Right now is the time for you to really focus on yourself and what you want your life to really be. Because I'm just getting, you know, it's that energy like life is too short. I'm not trying to really I'm not trying to get anybody in that fear-based energy of trying to rush or anything. But you do have some type of time limit here, you know what I'm saying? And so if anything, it should make you more excited to just get out there and just have fun instead of feeling like I'm just getting this dead energy, like, you know, because you've been through so much and because you feel like things have not worked out for you, you kind of just giving up, you know what I'm saying? You kind of just giving up on like having fun and just like enjoying it. Your inner child really wants to come out and play, for real. Your inner child feels abandoned. And it's not just from, you know, like, yes, your past experiences may have triggered you to feel abandoned and things like that, but you are the one keeping it going right now. Okay, this situation is not going on anymore. So it's time for you to really just say, okay, I have to get my ass up and just, like, you know, live my life. Like, fuck everybody else. Fuck everything else. Fuck anything that happened. Let me live for today. If you could just live for right now, what would you be doing? Like, if you just knew that you don't have much longer to live, like, what would you do? And that's what I'm getting, like, declutter. Okay, it's certain people, it's certain habits, it's certain things that you just don't even really care to do, but you just do it because you kind of giving up on life, you know? Let's just be real with yourself. You have kind of given up on life when it comes to that. You want real love. You want true, authentic connections. You want real experiences, like, where you feel like you're living for God. You're living, like, you're really living, you know, you're seeing things, you're experiencing new things, you're learning, but it doesn't have to be a difficult lesson at all. Like, I'm just getting, it's time to learn fun lessons now. You don't have to be in this life learning these hard ass lessons and just like constantly, like with this Eight of Pentacles, I'm getting energy where you felt like being productive is hard work. Like, you have to be hard on yourself. You have to be, you know, just shedding blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't have to do that. Okay, you are divine. You are a divine being that comes from source energy. God created you. So if God created you and God is within you, why do you feel like you have to work extra hard when God is right there with you? Like, there's nothing that you have to prove to anybody. Like, relax, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you put out, there's going to be people that think that shit is just so amazing. It doesn't even matter how much effort you put into it, you know? Like, some of you can put out something that's very simple, and there's a group of people that will really go crazy over it, okay? It's just about different levels to that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you can put in extra work and then you can probably reach a different crowd, but that doesn't mean that you won't get the recognition that you deserve where you are right now. So I'm also getting, like, meet yourself where you're at, you know? Like, you don't have to perfect everything. You don't have to be a perfectionist at everything, you know? Like, just allow yourself to be, you know, a student. Like, learn, be, like, have fun. Have fun climbing your way to the top, you know? Be spontaneous.
You don't have to be strategic about everything. Okay? So that's what I'm getting. Declutter, allow yourself to be more free and in the area that you're supposed to be in, okay? Like, clean up the mess. And you know what mess I'm talking about. Because there's just shit that that just don't belong. Certain people you're entertaining. And I'm not going to keep repeating that, okay? I just want y'all to know, like, I know I can see this shit. So it's time for you to fucking tell the truth. Like, be truthful to yourself. Because at the end of the day, I can talk all day. I'm going to be doing it. This is what I do. I'm going to talk. I'm going to teach and, spread the word of tarot, and I'm going to spread the word, period. But it's your responsibility to take it in and really, like, see what that means for you. Because the words that I'm speaking, it's not going to be the same for everybody listening to this reading right now. So it's up to each individual to really, like, be connected to God first at the end of the day. Because you can't just be chasing things outside of you for the answer, like, the answer is within you. So I'm also getting with that declutter. It also means maybe you need to really clean your space around you. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Okay? When you have a clean area, you're able to connect with an energy so pure and sacred, okay? Because these items that might surround you right now, they are distractions. You have them in front of you to make you feel something that really, at the end of the day, it's temporary, It's all an illusion. So when you remove everything that's in front of you and you kind of just sit with yourself, that's of God. If you just sit outside or meditate or something, like, cleanse your energy from within, clear your mind, and also clear your surroundings. I'm getting that will really help you. Like, you will be able to make a choice, because our next card right here is choice, which represents the Chariot card, about fast movement forward. I feel like once you clear your energy and you just declutter everything, like I'm talking about people, places, things, cleanse your home, cleanse your mind. Everything is just, like, everything is how you need it to be. Everything is sparkly clean, pure in all areas of your life. You're not going to a place every day that you don't want to be at. I don't care if you feel like you have to make money there. I don't give a fuck. If God's telling you no, if your spirit, which is God is within you. So if your spirit is telling you that something is not right, you fucking listen to it. Okay, it's time to make a decision now. Like, we don't have time to be playing around with shit and testing this and testing that. If you know it's wrong, leave it alone. If you can't make a decision, leave it alone until you know that it's a yes. You don't go into anything half-assed, don't do nothing just questioning if you should or should not. Do that shit. Okay, it's time. It's really time, y'all. It's time. It says now is the time for something important to be revealed about yourself and many things related to your purpose. Things may seem frightening at first because some ideas are totally out of your comfort zone. These are programmed beliefs that keep you from embracing your full potential, and these beliefs have formed out of fear. You have tried to maintain control over certain things without realizing that it's all an illusion. Therefore, you have no control over anything except yourself. So you can't hold on to nobody that don't want to be held on to. You can't try to make nobody love you. You can't make anybody see your worth. You can't make nobody pay you a certain amount of money. Like, it's just go where you're supposed, like, just follow your intuition, y'all. Because where you're supposed to be at, it will not be that fucking hard. It will not be that stressful. People will not be making you feel empty and shit. They won't. And I don't care. Like, they might not try to do it, but if they're doing it, it's a problem, There are people who actually will give you life on accident. They will feed you on accident. They will make you feel alive on accident. Okay, so think about that. Just because there are certain people that might not be hurting you on purpose, but what about those people who make you feel good and that's not on purpose? Those are the people you need to be around. You're not nobody's mama. You're not nobody's daddy. You don't have time to be like, this is the energy I'm getting. You don't have time to really just be like parenting and trying to fight against the grain and make something work. No, because if they really want to make it work, they would. If they really wanted to see where you come from, they will see that shit. Okay? And so that's what I'm getting for the overall energy, y'all. Let's get into the carpool.
All right, y'all. So I do want y'all to know, like, not to complain or anything. I want y'all to know this because I feel like it's a huge indicator that y'all are important to me. I got up at 3:30 a.m. Okay, like I didn't set a time or anything, but Spirit really woke me up at 3 a.m. and I was just like, I have to get this message out. Okay, so here we are right now, you know. So if you didn't know, 3 to like 5 a.m. is a very spiritual time of the day. Okay, so from 3 to 5 a.m., that's a very spiritual time of the day. The veil is very thin from the physical to the spiritual realm, okay? Just think about it. Like when you're up around this time in the morning, like you can really feel your emotions very deep. Your thoughts are so loud. Everything is just like so quiet and merged together. Like you can really feel the spirit and the physical realm, like it's right here together, you know? And so this is a great time to say your prayers, to say your affirmations, to meditate, okay, to receive messages that you know you've been waiting to receive. It's a great time to really work on your spirituality, okay? Sitting outside and moon gazing and you know, doing your activities outside and then watching the sunrise, okay, that's like, you know, top tier right there. But anyways, with that being said, like I just feel like Spirit wanted me to wake up around this time because, you know, there were some deeper messages, or maybe I meant to say it differently, who knows, but there's something here about this time of the morning or this time of the day that really Spirit wants me to be active right now to give these messages to you, okay? So, jumping into it, clear the energy. All right, thank you so much for tuning in once again. All right, please remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. And please don't forget to reciprocate the energy by giving the videos a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified for my future posts, or donate, okay? I really appreciate it all right? So let's hop into it. The first card we have is the Two of Wands. The next one we have Judgment. We have the Empress. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Swords. So I am going to mention that the Empress came out in reverse, but I'm not going to give y'all that visual. So we're going to talk about it, but we're not going to really... I feel like the message is going to come out anyway because we have the Seven of Swords, which actually clarifies this fucking Empress in reverse. So what I feel like right now is that somebody is being deceptive, okay? Somebody's being very deceptive, or somebody has been very deceptive in your past, okay? With that have gone on, I feel like this has affected the way that you attract certain things, okay? What you were placed on earth to receive, you are going to receive it, and nobody can really keep you from getting what you're meant to get, okay? Let's just make that clear. Nobody else can do that. Now, what they can do, though, they can surround you with a bunch of lies. They can make you practice life based upon those lies, okay? They make you do certain things and repetitively every day. They make you believe that this is how life is supposed to go, and so you believe certain things are this way. But that doesn't mean that your soul is going to feel that comfort. Like, it's still something going to be within you that tell you something ain't right. And it's your responsibility at all times to pay attention to that part of you, okay? Because that's the God part of you. When you know that something ain't right, or when you know something is right, that's that God part of you. The part of you that knows is just a knowing, okay? So with that being said, you know, the Seven of Swords being right here, it's just, there's a very manipulative energy here, okay? And as you can see, he has 5 swords in his hand and 2 swords are left behind. So I feel like 2 swords, you know, 2 swords represent taking that leap of faith. You can either go left or you can go right. It's either a yes or a no. You know what I'm saying? It's either up or down. So with that being said, it's like the 2 of swords represents just taking a leap of faith. It represents not necessarily like knowing what will happen or what won't happen. It's about just, you know, like believing that
everything is going to work out for the best, no matter which way you go. You know what I'm saying? And so with the swords being here, it's more talking about the mental. It's more talking about things that you believe and like how you go about things. Okay, so I feel like people, they kind of took your choices away. Okay, this is what I'm getting. What I'm getting here is that somebody, like an authoritative figure here, saw that you had many ways of doing something. You had, you were very gifted. You're very talented. You're very blessed when it comes to something. You're able to achieve something easily, okay? And this person peeped that. Like, this person really seemed like, okay, this don't even seem real. It seemed like suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Whatever this talent is that, you could just make something out of nothing, or you had so many different ideas about something, people felt like this was suspicious. They didn't know how you were able to pull all of these ideas just out of your hat, The energy I'm getting is that these people were just very jealous of you. Like, it's just that simple. I don't care how much they love you. I don't care how much they really just, wanted to see you happy or grow. These people were jealous of you. I really don't even think they were capable of wanting to see you happy, just because they didn't understand you. And that's the energy I'm getting. These same people who made you feel like you couldn't express yourself. This is the energy I'm getting right here, because we're going back to that sacral chakra, okay? And you think about it, your choices, right? You have choices that you were able to make on your own. You already knew yourself, right? It don't matter how young you are. You are a child, but you have a soul. You are a living being. Therefore, you can make decisions on your own. Like, people might want you to make certain decisions that they want you to make, but just think about it. There's been children in the system who has been like without parents, without, loved ones, without support, and they made it, okay? There's children that has made it out of the system, and they had to do it on their own. It doesn't matter if they had a fucking couch to sleep on. That doesn't mean that that person really helped them to get through life, because life is not fucking easy, okay? A child without their parents, without food on the table every day, without fucking clothes on their back, without friends, okay? You have people talking about you every fucking day because you ain't got what they got. You go to school and you sit alone, okay? I'm talking about that type of energy. You could be like that in adulthood. Like, you could have been popular growing up or whatever, but then when you get to your adult life, you realize, okay, this is not life. This is not the way life is supposed to be. And so you lose everything. You lose all of your family, you lose all your friends, you lose all of the clout that you once had. And so you feel alone now. And then that makes you feel like, okay, that sacral chakra, that sensuality, that part of you that felt good, it felt joyful, that felt like, I'm safe here, I can just do what I want to do. That part of you was just shattered, That's what I'm getting, because everybody around you invalidated who you are. They made you feel like what you are is not enough. You're lame. You're a piece of like, that's the energy I'm getting. That's the shit that they made you feel. These are the things they made you think about yourself, okay? So with this person holding the 5 swords, I'm getting that 5 of swords represents conflict, okay? It represents arguments, fighting, just going at each other's throats, making each other feel smaller, trying to win a battle, okay? When in reality, it's all about a point of view anyway. Like, this is just your perspective and this is my perspective. So why are we arguing when you're still going to fucking believe what you want at the end of the day? So what I'm getting here, it's all about like taking that leap of faith. With the 7 of swords, it's about releasing what no longer serves you. Like, instead of trying to like hold on to the conflicts and sort through them, because that's what I'm getting. Like, the things that made you feel bad, like these people who really intentionally made you feel this way, you don't even realize that they did this on purpose, because you think that they love you so much, you wouldn't do nothing like this. So you don't expect that from people. But these people are crazy, y'all. Like, I'm just keeping it real. Like, people don't be aware of themselves that much, okay? People don't really have a good heart sometimes. Like, a lot of people, they just, they rather not be aware of themselves and keep doing what they're doing, and just try to cover up It doesn't matter who they're hurting. It doesn't matter what they're doing to disrupt the fucking natural creations of the earth. Some people would just rather fucking sugarcoat everything, overlook all of their flaws, everything that they're doing to be a part of the fucking chaos. You know, they rather overlook that so they can just feel like it's not me. It's not me. I'm good, you know? But you know it's you. Like, get your fucking self together. Like, for real. So, yeah, like, there's a choice that you have to make. And I feel like what's keeping you from making this choice is because your power has been given to other people where, you know, they pretty much have been making that choice for you. I feel like it's been, you know, the power has been given away in the form of feelings, okay? So I feel like you have become this person who's just more on the numb side. You don't really feel much at all, right? Like, you do feel emotions or whatever, but it's hard for you to really just express it and just to feel happy that long, and just to, even when you're sad, like, I'm just getting, it's not really much going on in there. You need to, I'm getting that a lot of you really need to just drink a lot more water and just be around water and just like be a kid again. Like, play in water. For some reason, I'm just really getting y'all need to just play in water. Okay? Because water it represents your emotions. It represents the softer side of life, but also play. Okay? But it's very deep too. You know, water can get deep. Water can be scary. Water is a lot, but it's something that we all need. It's something that makes up, you know, most of the earth, most of our bodies. We need water. We need water to be cleansed. Okay, it helps us to think clearer. It helps our throat chakras. It helps our energy to feel, you know, more refreshed. Okay. So when you feel refreshed and cleansed and pure, then you're able to create, you know, from a pure space. You're able to think from a pure space. Some of you also need to just allow yourself to cry and feel your own emotions, which is that water inside. It's like it's boiling over, okay? You need to check it. You need to cool off, cool down, allow peace to just, you know, take over, because the more you ignore yourself and your own emotions and your own thoughts and what you need to express, the more chaotic you're going to feel. You're going to feel more on fire. And it's not really real. It's just more of in your own mind. It's your own thoughts. So you have to check that, okay? But allow yourself to cry, because that's part of that cleansing process as well. And that's what I'm getting, like, you know, a lot of that, like, your sacral chakra, your emotions has been like really dirtied up by other people's emotions. They made you feel angry and sad and lonely and depressed and hateful and resentful and, you know, so much, y'all. It's so much. But other people projected these things onto you, okay? And so with that being said, we have the Empress right here. The Empress is somebody who attracts, not chase, right? And with that being in reverse, I feel like you were attracting the opposite of what you really wanted, because you were chasing the wrong things, okay? So with you chasing, you're trying to chase this love. You're trying to chase the safety. You're trying to chase the feeling of being, you know, comfortable and content. So that means you're actually attracting the opposite. You're attracting chaos. You're attracting people who, they make you feel loved for a minute, but they really were manipulative at the end of the day. Like, that's what I'm getting, that type of energy. Because it's more of like, instead of allowing things to happen as they're supposed to, which you can feel how things are supposed to go, but, you know, it's just hard to let go of certain people. It's just hard to let go of certain things. But when you let go of those certain things, then you actually feel better. All those worries and all that tension, it just goes away, because they were the problem. This situation that you're allowing to just reoccur, that's the problem. You know, we have the Two of Wands right here, which represents you finally saying, okay, what am I going to do about this? I got to move forward. There's a huge world out here. Let me dive into it. Let me find what there is out there for me, you know, because where I am right now, I don't feel good. And I know this can't be all there fucking is. God did not place me here to just experience this and that's it. You know what I'm saying? You're not meant to just be here and suffer or work for anybody else. You're meant to fucking, be a boss of your own life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting. That Two of Wands is about actually, taking that first step and just looking at it, like what's out there. Let me see, what do I want to do, okay? So then we have the Judgment here, okay? The Judgment, I feel like you're actually calling judgment on the things that don't serve you. You're starting to see what the problem is, okay? I'm picking up that you're starting to see exactly what the issue is, okay? And you're starting to channel that anger and frustration towards letting go of certain things that has been there for too fucking long, okay? So instead of getting mad at yourself, instead of beating yourself up, you're starting to like release that energy because it wasn't yours in the first place, and return it to sender, which means when you return it to sender, some of those people that sent it to you are still in your fucking face. Some of those energies, like you might have accepted certain opportunities out of fear of not getting what you wanted, okay? You're releasing that shit. They're just gonna have to fucking find another employee. They're gonna have to find another fucking client. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So you're calling judgment on that shit. You're realizing, okay, this is what I have to do for my life. Fuck that shit. Okay? So when you do that, the Empress comes out. The Empress, you start attracting, like you get opportunities. People start to see you for who you are because you start to respect yourself more, I respect myself. I'm done with this shit. And when I say no, no means no. Like when I say yes, that means I'm going to do it. I'm not fucking I'm not just talking. I'm not bullshitting. I'm really taking action. Okay. And when you do that, you start to attract what's really for you. You start to really your life becomes more abundant. Okay. And I'm getting that there's an energy that's going to try to, throw itself back onto you, okay? So right after, it's crazy because I'm getting this repetitive thing where I keep saying you are going to take that first step. You are going to keep going or whatever, but it's something here that's going to try to attack you again, okay? Because they are mad, they are jealous, they are upset at why you did what you did. They don't understand it, but it's because they didn't understand. At the end of the day, okay, y'all were not meant to be in the first place. It wasn't meant to stay that long. Whatever it is that you were allowing, it wasn't meant to last that long. So the longer you allow something, the more, the more stronger the ties become. These people, they feel tied to you. They feel like they can't live without you because they've gotten their energy from you for so long. You've allowed them to just mistreat you for so long. This is just how they feel. They feel like this is how things are supposed to go. So there are going to be people, once you break free and take that leap of faith and just start to not give a fuck about what they think anymore, or you're not, buying into the bullshit. You're not listening to their complaints anymore. They're going to get offended, okay? People are going to get offended. Not only that, it's just I feel like there's a bigger energy. There's something here, but we're going to clarify this. Because the Seven of Swords, I'm getting that people like you just attract bullshit sometimes. Being real, they see how wonderful you are and they just want to see, are you real? Okay, is this real? Okay, you're going to get tested. That's what I'm getting. Let's jump into this next set of cards right here, okay? Like I said, I already pulled them, so we're just going to pull them out. So the first card we have is donations, tithing, and charitable work. Okay. Next card we have is have courage to ask. The next card we have is have courage to ask for it and accept help. The next one is bountiful nature. And the last one we have is focus on your priorities. Okay. So from this deck, the overall energy was declutter, right? Declutter, which means, you have a clean space, a clean mind, a clean life. Everything is clean, right? So that means you're able to be yourself. You are yourself. You're able to be even your inner child gets to come out. You're able to laugh again. You're able to just say, let me just see, how this works. Just play around and just experiment again without worrying about the consequence, because your heart is just so open, you're so happy to do it that you're not seeing the obstacles. A part of that clutter that was within you is that fear as well. Fear does not belong within you, okay? Worry does not belong there. Sadness does not belong. So once you declutter, you just become this big old kid again, right? That's what I'm getting. So moving forward, there are people on your path that are going to help you with donations, tithing, and charitable work. Moving forward, I feel like whatever field you decide to get in, this could be a certain type of career or job that you get. It could be a certain group of friends or a type of friendship that you have. It could be a certain, whatever it is that you decide to throw yourself into out of just the kindness of your heart, out of just wanting to be there and just because you feel alive there, because it feeds your soul. That's what I'm getting, because donations, tithing, and charitable work also I'm getting that there's going to be something that just feeds you for free. Like, you don't have to ask for anything. It's just going to make you feel alive. Okay? I feel like whatever this is, it's going to give you everything you need. Not only are you going to feel good on the soul level, but financially, okay, you're going to be set. You're going to be free. You're going to have all that you need. You might not necessarily, starting out, for example, okay? So let's say, you don't have much right now. You might need food. You might need a place to sleep. You might need, a ride somewhere or something like that. You might need a job, okay? Your people that you end up being drawn to, or the opportunities that you're drawn to out of just the kindness of your heart, out of just, wanting to be there, they will provide everything that you need. Like, you're going to run into people that you didn't even know that they had these type of things. You might end up being close friends with a private landlord, somebody who owns a restaurant, who can give you food for free and give you a job. It's just so many different opportunities out here that doesn't always just involve money. Okay, you don't always have to look at, are you going to pay me? Are you going to give me this? It's opportunities out here where people really just love you, and money can't buy that shit. Money can't buy a friend who's a fucking private landlord who's going to let you stay there for 2 years until you get on your feet. Like, what the fuck? No, money can't buy that. So that's what I'm getting. It's about taking a leap of faith. Those are the things that Spirit is really pulling you toward. The things that are just really meant to help you on your path. It's just out of kindness and goodness. There are no conditions. It's not about you. It's not about you doing anything in return or anything like that. It's really about these people just doing the same thing that you're doing, which is just going where they feel like they should go, doing what they feel like they should do because they are being called to do it, okay? So if they feel the need that they should help somebody, they're going to do it. If you feel like you should help somebody, you should do that, So that's what I'm getting. You're going to run into people who just naturally are drawn to help you, who want to see you do good because you want to see yourself do good, and you're actually a good person. You're in a high vibration. At this point of you following your heart and not caring about anything else and just, just saying, I'm going to take leaps of faith. I'm just going to be a dreamer. I'm just going to be free. People see that. People get inspired by that. People want to see that grow. They want to help you. Of course, there are going to be some people who are jealous. Like I said, there's on the other side of that, there's going to be tests. People are going to test you. But those tests are not going to be nowhere near as big as the fucking blessing, okay? There's going to be so much support around you during these tests. If you're open to it, these people can help you. If you're open to the help, you are going to get the help. There are opportunities, there are people, there are ideas, even God, if you don't feel like you have anybody, go to God. Because God is going to come through, period. God can send a whole army of people to come provide for you. You don't have to know nobody yet. You You don't have to know anybody. You don't have to know anything. God will provide all of that. The knowledge, the people, the resources. You just have to be open to it. You have to be open to following the direction, okay? If God tell you to get the fuck up at 5 a.m. because you feel like you have to, like it's just something deep in your soul. You feel a fire within. You have to get up. There's something calling you. Get the fuck up. Get up. See what it is. Go follow your calling, y'all, for real. Okay, we have judgment here. Have courage to ask for and accept help. So there's something here where I'm getting the energy where you're constantly asking for the help. But what about, like, you have to do your part. Okay, you have to do your part. It's about you really understanding what it means. When you ask for help, what are you asking for? Okay, make a decision, like what are you expecting out of this situation, so when it comes, you're able to say, okay, this is exactly what I asked for. If you don't really understand what you want, there's no way to accept it. There's no way to really know when it comes. You know, there's no way to know, like, okay, is this is it. Have enough discernment to know yourself and know what you want, okay, for real. It says have courage to ask for and accept the help. I'm getting that you just ask and ask and ask. When it comes to you, you feel confused. You don't know what to do. You feel lost, you know what I'm saying? But really, you asked for this the whole time. So it's like if you believed that it was coming when you asked for it, then you would have saw it come. But some of y'all, it's just like you asked for it and you don't even believe it's going to come. You just talking at the end of the day. You have to believe. God is still coming through. Even if you don't believe, it's still happening. But it's you self-sabotage when you don't believe in yourself. When you don't believe that shit is happening, you know, that's self-sabotage because it is happening. It's all in your mind, literally. Like I said, somebody can be listening to these same words right now and taking in a whole different meaning because it's your mindset. It's how you think. It's the way that you were brought up. You can see these cards right now and get a whole nother feeling about them because of your different path. Like you have a whole nother journey. So something might make you turn left. Something that I say might make you turn right. Who knows? But regardless, like, what's crazy is that I'm still in my own world right now, expressing this message. And I'm expressing this message thinking I'm saying one thing, but somebody can say somebody else in their own world can literally take it a whole nother way and they still be right because it's their journey. And what if God did say, yeah, tune into that because you are going to receive it a different way and that's what you're meant to see right now, like literally. So there's no coincidence. There's really no coincidences. Okay, for real. So when I say that God is working, whether you're aware or not, God is always going to be there, period. You can't stop that shit. So we have the Empress right here in Bountiful Nature. Okay, what are you attracting? What are you paying attention to? What are you giving your energy to on a daily basis? Okay, this is what you're feeding your fucking soul. Think about your inner child, right? Think about a child, okay? A kid does not know right from wrong. That's the same thing as your subconscious. Your subconscious does not know right from wrong. It just knows what's there. It just feels what's there. So a child could be going through something horrible, a terrible experience, but can't even process it as being a bad thing because this is how they've been brought up, okay? Basically, I seen this movie where this child really was in a home that was very abusive, okay? And even the windows and everything was just padded up, like they couldn't go outside. There was no sunlight, you know, it just was very dead inside, right? And this child pretty much learned to cope, you know, like this is how everything works. Okay, my mom is like this, my dad is like that. You know, instead of there being a real window, there was a drawing of a window. Okay, so it's just stuff like that. Like you use your imagination and you kind of work with what you got. So this child might have experienced fear. This child did experience pain and torture and all of that shit, right? But in the moment, that child couldn't really understand what that was. So it just was. Okay, and so at that point, because that child doesn't know what's going on, when an opportunity comes to get out of that situation and it does feel better, that child would take it because they haven't labeled the situation yet. They haven't made sense of it to believe that this is what they deserve, okay? Only an adult can really do that. So when you get older and you say, okay, things went that way because of this, and this is how this was supposed to go, and things like that, you program your mind to attract those experiences, okay? This is your mindset. Your mind is set on something. So when you set your mind on certain things, you attract it, okay? That's literally, it's like a trap. Your mind is a trap. You call things in. So if you're not paying attention to what you want in the world, you're not going to get it. If you're not inspiring yourself, if you're not, just being in that energy, you're not going to see it. You're not going to believe it is possible or anything, okay? When you focus on things that are negative, things that you don't want, things that make you feel horrible, okay? You are in it. You feel those things. You see it. You basically, like, you are calling it in, okay? So that's what that Empress energy is about. It's about, like, that part of your mind, because you can be a man or a woman. It's not about you being a woman or a man, okay? It's that energy. Everything is energy. Everybody has feminine and masculine energy, okay? And it's very tricky. You can't really label it at all because, as within, so without. It's very trippy. So as I'm expressing my masculine energy, sometimes it can be feminine energy within that masculine energy that caused the fucking, it's just so much. Like, it's a as within, so without type of thing, right? So with that being said, you can be a masculine man with a feminine, like, you can have a mindset, or you can have a mind, right? You have a mind. Everybody has a brain. And that part of your mind that is feminine, because everybody has a feminine and masculine energy. So you have a part of you that is feminine. And that part of you needs to be programmed to feel pleasure, to feel goodness, to feel safe and secure and sensual and expressive, okay? And it might not come off the same as everybody else. The same way I said sensual and, all that shit. But you might not be a sensual person. So that sensual side of you might be expressed a different way. But that doesn't mean you're not sensual, okay? Some people are just more sensual than others when it comes to the physical realm, on this realm. But on another realm, you have to be in tune with yourself on what you want out of life. For real, y'all. Be more at ease. Be more safe. Feel safe in your body. Love yourself. Know that can't nobody take you off your path. You are your own best friend. You are your own everything, okay? God is within you. So trust yourself to make decisions. Trust yourself to really see things for what they are and just go off of that. You know what I'm saying? Believe in that. Believe yourself. You cannot do no wrong. There's really you can't make mistakes. Every mistake is really an opportunity to learn how to just get it better. Whatever you want at the end of the day is still there. And every day that you wake up, it's another chance for you to go after what you want. It's another chance to say, okay, what I want might come today. What if I did do enough work? It might come today. It might come tomorrow. It might come the next day. You don't know. But it's about your energy though. Okay? So the next card we have focus on your priorities. And so that's pretty much, what I was saying, like, what is it that you want? I feel like with this Seven of Swords, not only did other people make you feel less of yourself, it made you like whatever opinions they had, they projected their beliefs onto you. Okay, and with them doing that and you receiving that energy, you taking it in, with you even being open to analyzing this train of thought, okay, it has created a space for that energy in your brain and in your life in general, you know. Once you let somebody's opinion in, once somebody has an opinion that you don't like and you let it in, you are creating a space for that to exist, okay? You're starting to create a space where, is this true? Is that what I should be doing? Are they right? And when you ask yourself those questions, you start to see maybe they are right. This might be a possibility. You know, you start like you're opening up the gate, you know? So with that being said, you know, this doesn't only just stem from like your childhood and things like that. You've lived a long life. And so there's many different opinions that you've let on, you know, not only people that are close to you, but just society. You know, you might be scrolling on Instagram and there's something that triggers you and you just take it on as a part of you. You actually believe it, you know. You believe another person's opinion, the way that they think things should work, when you never really thought that was that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, once you do that, it opens a door to have conflict with yourself. Because how the fuck was that even allowed when you know, if you really believed in yourself, how did you allow that to come in? Okay? That's the question you have to ask yourself. If you really believe in something, how do you actually create any space for the opposite? There should not even be any space for that. There shouldn't be any opportunity. Because you don't believe in it. It's not real. If something is not real to you, you don't see it. You don't give it attention. You don't give it any time of the day. So when you give anything your energy, that means you believe in it. If somebody is trying to make you feel less of yourself and you give it the time of the day, that means you believe in what the fuck they're saying. You should not be arguing with nobodies. You should not be thinking about what nobody said. Literally. Because nobody said it. It was a nobody. They didn't matter. They probably matter on a certain dimension, but they don't matter in your, like, the real world. Like, you know how, to me, the real world is the spiritual world, okay? Then we have earth, right? We have earth. And, you know, there are certain things that we might have to entertain here and there. Not saying we really don't have to, okay? But there are certain things that we might do it out of choice, okay? There are certain boundaries that need to be put in place. That's the way that you can take control of this situation, okay? So I'm just going to read these cards, and then I'm just going to move to the last set of cards here. So with donations, tithing, and charitable work, like I said, moving forward, you're going to be pulled and called into these divine opportunities where other people are going to meet you halfway. They're going to see where you're coming from. They're going to see, okay, this person has taken this step, this leap of faith. I'm going to help them out because I want to see them do good on this journey. And so I'm going to support them, right? I'm almost getting this energy like if somebody wants you to go to college and you've been on the streets for so long, right? I'm not saying the streets is bad. I'm not saying college is good. I'm just saying, let's just give a realistic example of what people would think, right? So let's say you've been on the streets for so long and then you finally say, okay, I'm just going to go to college. So you decide to move to fucking another state or something, right? And when you move to another state, you don't have any help, and it can be easy to be discouraged. It can be easy to say, okay, I'm just gonna go home and just do what the fuck I've been doing my whole life, fuck everything, you know. So once you get up there, you might have a family member up there who you haven't talked to in so long, and because they understand your situation, they want to see you do good, they help you. It's just that simple. They help you because they don't want you to go back to the fucking streets. It's that simple. These people are going to help you because they don't want to see you back slaving or doing something that you know you're not meant to be doing. They don't want you to, like, it might not even be people that be able to explain this to you. It's going to be angels. It's going to be different signs that pop up and let you know you are on the right track. So don't expect a certain person. Don't expect this to come in a certain way. Just expect everything to go well. Expect this energy of support, okay? because you know that you are in the right space. You're doing your part, so it has no choice but to come through, you know? So reading this says, give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you. And know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, or other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. Okay, so that's exactly what I was saying. Okay, not only from your side, but also the other side. Okay, these people that are meant to help you, they know that by them doing good for you, they know everything's going to work out. They don't have to, like they don't have to stress about the amount of money they give you. They don't have to stress about the amount of time they're spending on you, because if they, whatever they're doing is because they want to do it and they know that it's for the goodness of all. So don't you feel bad for accepting what's meant for you, okay? If somebody's going to give you something, it's because they want to give it to you. Believe that. Okay? And if they have a problem with it later, that's their fault because they chose to do it at that time. Like that's how shit works. It's all you can take responsibility for is you. Okay? So, the next card we have courage to ask for and accept help right under judgment. So I feel like this is something that God is trying to tell you, like, you know, you're asking for things, but you don't have the right judgment. You don't know what action to take. Like you might feel like you might actually be making decisions, but you don't really have the proper judgment on it. So you actually attract these same low vibrational experiences because you're not trusting yourself from the beginning. So if you don't trust yourself from the beginning, as you go further down the line and things don't work out, you naturally might accept the things that are not meant for you because you didn't really know in the first place. You didn't really trust it. So it's just like you're still just experimenting. You're just going through the motions when you don't really have to do that. You can really be safe and secure in knowing that things are like working out. This is where you're supposed to be. You don't have to jump into anything too fast because you feel like it's going to go away or anything like that. What's meant for you is meant for you. Okay? So it says, asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often, when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided, okay? So there we go. Also, there might be some type of mirroring energy here where you might need the help, but there's also somebody who could use something from you in return. So it's like a reciprocal relationship here, okay? But it's like whatever you want from them, they need something in return. So when I say that these divine opportunities, they're not going to present themselves as some type of partnership. That's not what I'm getting. These people are not going to say, okay, you do this for me and I'll do that for you. They're not going to be that bold. It's not going to be like that. How it's going to happen is naturally, okay? So what I mean by that is you're going to naturally want to do something for somebody and they naturally like, okay, I'll do this for you since you do that for me. Or somebody do something for you naturally. And because they love you so much and all that, you appreciate that and you decide, okay, let me give that energy back to you. Let me do something for you. And it doesn't have to be a transaction at all. It's just, you know, like the transaction is the smallest part of it. Like that's not the biggest part of this situation. Would be the love and the support you have for one another. And if this is not a person and you're doing something because you love it, you're gonna see it talk back to you, okay? Like this energy, everything is energy, okay? So if you're doing something like art or, you know, you're making music, okay, that's something you're putting life into something. You're speaking life, okay? You're speaking something into existence. So when you do that and you start to see your results are speaking, like you see something adding up and it's working out for you, that's what you're supposed to be doing. When you do something, you get that feedback and it's good feedback. Keep going. Okay? So that's what it means when it says have courage to ask for and accept help. Sometimes it might be, yeah, you're asking for something and then you accept it or whatever. But sometimes God sends other things in it. He might send people. He might send ideas. He might send angels. Something like, you know, You might have thought that you were going to do something and then it don't work out, but it don't work out because you asked for something better. And so if you are in tune, then you would see that. You would understand, okay, everything's happening for a reason. There's certain things that you're still supposed to keep reminding yourself every day. You know, every time you encounter something that is disappointing, that makes you feel, you know, like you're not on the right track, these are the things you need to tell yourself, okay? That everything is happening for a reason. I'm here for a purpose, you know. It's bigger than me. God is providing, you know, and things take time. That's what you got to believe. Things take time sometimes. Like, it might not happen as soon as I want it to happen, but it might not happen as long as I'm thinking either. It might happen just literally, like, it might feel like a miracle, like it just came out the fucking sky. Like, damn, I was just right here. Then I looked over here, then I looked back and it's fucking there. Like, it just popped up, you know, like literally. Things be feeling like a miracle. That's why you can't really have too many expectations. You can't have your hand on it the whole time. You have to allow God to work in your life. Okay?
Understand that allowing God to work in your life is not always easy. Everybody always paints it to be all love and light, easy, sunshine. You know what I'm saying? It's not always going to feel all pleasant and stuff, okay? It's not going to always feel like you're safe and secure. Sometimes it's going to feel very uncomfortable because you're being moved. The transportation, like the moving process, is what really is uncomfortable, because during the season of transformation, there's a lot going on within, and there's also a lot going on around you, okay? Which helps you to transform, okay? Because most of the time, God makes other people, God makes those other people who actually are not supposed to be in your life, He makes them actually do what they're doing, but go harder at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody's picking on you and you've been allowing it, God is going to allow this person to pick on you even more, okay? Basically, before you actually transform, God is going to test you one more fucking time, okay? God is going to see, okay, is this what you really want? God wants you to really make a decision about what you really want out of life, okay? Because some of the things that you've been tolerating, okay, the things that you've been tolerating from other people, from certain opportunities and circumstances, even your jobs, okay? It might just be even, you can wake up in the morning and you know that this is not what you want out of life. Like, there's certain things that you feel like, for some of you, it's the lifestyle, okay? It's a certain lifestyle that you're living. You're making certain decisions around this certain lifestyle, and you know it's not really what you want. And so God is like, okay, so since this is what you're choosing every day, I'm going to make this experience even harder for you, or I'm going to kick it up a notch. Whatever you choose, God is going to give you more than enough to work with. So if you choose love, you're going to get more than enough love than what you asked for. If you choose to go in a certain direction and it's not what you asked for, and it's not what you asked for, but it's something that you pretty much asked for with your actions, you know, like if your actions are saying something different than what your mind is saying or your words are saying, then that's, you know, you're attracting something. So bountiful nature here, right? Know that whatever situation you're in, if you're not getting what you need, you have the decision to go and get that, okay? You don't have to stay where you're not loved. You don't have to stay where you're not being reciprocated, okay? There is so much out there that really will support you, that people that love you, people that understand you, okay? Not only that, it's something here within your third eye that you understand. Like, there's something here within your third eye, right? You know, you can feel this connection with the universe. There's some type of spiritual connection you have made, and you've had this spiritual connection for years, okay? I'm getting like since a child. This is one of your dreams. It's something that you know is possible, but you haven't seen it in real life yet. This is your inner child. This can be something as simple as a divine counterpart, okay? You might have a person out there, you know that they're out there, you can feel them energetically, but you haven't met anybody like that. It's all in your head. That's how you feel. You feel like it's a fantasy. And so you might entertain people and situations that don't align with that mindset because you don't really believe it to be true in the first place. So
when people come around, like, you're asking for true love and you're asking for, authenticity, but when it comes around, you don't believe it's there. You don't really see it because it's not within you. You don't believe it yet. So you kind of sabotage the opportunity to have this true love or to have this abundance or whatever it is that you believe to be true. Okay, so you're being guided to move around, like, find what areas in your life needs improvement, okay? Because this could be friendships. Your friends might actually laugh at you when you do tell them that you believe in your own dreams. You know what I'm saying? If you say, like, if you do believe that there's true love out there and you bring this up, these people might think you're crazy, or they might, pick on you because of that. They might think you're corny. And whatever this is, because that's an example, because, this is the collective reading. So your ideal situation will be different from everybody else in this that's watching right now. So make sure you take what resonate. But I am getting that you might need to surround yourself with better people, with better opportunities too. Because if you believe, the only thing keeping you from what you deserve is your belief. If you believe that it's real, your actions will follow. People don't do things that they don't believe in. Okay? The same way that you wake up and you might grab breakfast every morning, you believe that breakfast will, it will cure that hunger. If you didn't believe that food actually cures hunger, you wouldn't eat food. If you got sick and the doctor told you to take medicine and you didn't believe in medicine, you wouldn't take the fucking medicine. Like, you will act on what you really believe. So if you believe that what you want is possible, you will go about it in that way. You will make it possible. You will make that shit happen. It wouldn't be no plan B. It wouldn't be none of that. So focus on your priorities. With Seven of Swords being on top of that, we did speak on manipulation. We speak on how somebody may have switched certain words that made you believe something totally different than what you originally believed in the first place. They thought that they took you as a joke, pretty much. You were pretty expressive. You understood what you were talking about. It's just these people, they were ignorant to what you were saying. They're ignorant to what you are pointing out. And so with that being said, it's like you feel alone. I am getting a lonely ass feeling here. And with focus on your priorities, it says where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. Okay, so with that being said, I am getting this energy of, if you at least pay attention to yourself. I know other people might kind of wave you off when you talk about certain things. They might not understand it, so they might joke about it or whatever, but it's your responsibility to be your own best friend, to be there for yourself. Okay, so focus on your priorities and speaking on being there for yourself. If you know that what you're speaking on is important, or what you're trying to get out or express, or what you believe in, if you know that's important, you need to stand on that. You need to believe it for you. You don't have to bring everybody else on board with you. You don't. Okay, so the last cards we have is choice. Okay, it says free will, courage, willpower, and change. So we already spoke on how you declutter your energy first. You clear out what does not serve you, which is this whole column right here speaking on, if you clear out your energy, you're going to attract what's meant for you. You're going to start exuding that energy of what's truly you. You're going to be more purified. So when you send out, how animals send out pheromones and they understand that, okay, it's time to mate. I understand where my mate is. I know where to go because I can sense it, right? So for you, it's like you're sending out this energy of, it's magnetic. You're sending out like pheromones to attract what it is that you're meant to receive, which is your abundance, which is your divine counterpart, which is, every divine situation you're meant to be in right now. Everything that you're meant to receive and, experience, you're attracting that. Once you make the choice to say, okay, I'm going to work on this for me. I'm going to do this for me. I'm not doing this for nobody else. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? And really mean that from the bottom of your heart, that you're not putting up with no more bullshit, So with you making that choice and you moving forward, you have the throat chakra right here. The throat chakra deals with expression, creativity, clarity, okay? So I'm getting this energy of you having clarity because with you attracting those opportunities and those people who are validating your beliefs, they're supporting you on your journey, okay? They're motivating you. This will help you to express even louder and more confidently, okay? That's what I'm getting, the throat chakra. It's just going to heal all the lies you've been told, all the things that you might tell yourself to this day. It might not be said to you right now, but it has been said before. And you have carried these words, these lies with you the whole time. And now it's being cleared out, okay? So next we have the physical health, okay? Number 5, it says vitality, strength, body image, and balance, okay? And this is under judgment and have courage to ask for and accept help. So I am getting there's something here where you might feel wounded. You might feel like you really do need help. You might feel alone, With physical health, this is speaking on not only your physical health, like your body, but also just everything on a physical realm, which is your finances, your relationships, your home life, your career life, all of that, transportation, and all that good stuff. I'm getting that you need to accept that you do need this help. You're not alone, and so there's no point in feeling like you have to do it all by yourself. Okay, there's people out there who really feel the exact same way as you do about things. They understand. Like, if you were to express yourself, they will understand and they will help you. So it's just about knowing that, because that's what I was getting with the third eye chakra, is that, like, you feel a connection. You know something to be true. Okay, you might talk to yourself about it. You might not be able to express it to another person, but you stand strong. Like, you have a very strong belief on the inside. You understand something about life. And so if you act on that, if you trust in yourself, even though other people are not validating this around you yet, trust yourself first. And when you trust yourself and you start speaking it, other people hear you and they say, yes, this person is right, They'll understand by you expressing yourself that you do need support, because the way that you express it, they will feel like, you need backup. Okay, there's something here where, you might have been, like I said, there's some type of wounding. You have wounds in it might be in the spirit. They lie deep in the spirit, okay? You don't think people understand. You don't think people will love you. You don't think people will come through for you. And I'm getting that with you expressing this energy, man, just being yourself, man, because nobody's perfect and no situation is perfect. So if you kind of humble yourself and make it clear that you have done this alone for the most part, people don't understand you. There's people out there who feel that way too, that people don't understand them, and they have been trying to speak this for the longest and nobody understands. Okay, so there's something here. I'm trying to connect the two of you. Use this video as like the middleman, okay? This video is a tool to help you to communicate with those souls out there that you know are real, but you have not met them yet. Understand, use your third eye, that these are human beings. These are real beings out there that want to connect with you as well. The physical realm is an illusion, okay? It's an illusion. So your dreams, your daydreams, your downloads that you get that you might not feel like you have proof, those are real. Those are real. And it's your job to say, okay, God is telling me something. Okay? This is all an illusion. Everything might look a certain way, but it's really a whole nother fucking way behind the scenes. And we have the power to change the way things are going, because we are spiritual beings. So if you embrace your spirituality, you can create your own reality on earth. So last but not least, we have sexuality, number 13. Number 13 deals with the divine feminine energy here, okay? And it's crazy because sexuality is in the same column as the sacral chakra, okay? So everything is going, like, it's in alignment, right?
We have the root chakra right here. It's all in this area with the pink and the healing. The solar plexus deals with confidence, but you have to have confidence in order to express yourself, right? I belong. I am smart. All of that is like clearing out your throat chakra here. Physical health, okay? I am centered and grounded. The only way to be healthy and all that stuff is to be grounded and to accept where you are so that it can change. And then moving forward, you create your own reality with your third eye and what you believe should be, okay? And you start acting on that. Sexuality deals with creative energy. It's about you actually putting yourself out there, using your power, okay? It says openness, sharing, beauty, and honor. There's something here that needs to be shared with the world, okay? And you know it. Everybody, like, y'all know this shit. Y'all can feel it. Y'all been feeling it y'all's whole life. So it's time. Like, now is the fucking time. It's time to really focus on your life purpose. Focus on your priorities. That's what that means right now. It's your life purpose. Stop running away from the truth. There's something here that you know to be truth, but you run away from it because you don't want to be seen. You don't want to be seen as crazy, okay? But you know it's real. And with you running away from the truth, you're attracting false scenarios. You're attracting low vibrational partners, low vibrational friends, opportunities that don't last, okay? It's like you have to overwork yourself in order to keep an image up when you know this is not who you are, okay? You might be attracting situations where you have to be somebody else in order to fit in. And it's because you're lying to yourself. There's something here where you've accepted what other people said so much that it fucked up your own mindset about who you are and what you came here to do. So it's time for you to say, this is mine. Like, this is what the fuck I believe, and this is what I'm going to do, whether I look crazy or not. And believe that God will back you up. You might look crazy for a second, but when things start rolling in, when the results start rolling in, when you start actually seeing the results, and you start I'm getting rich off of this shit, because what's going to happen is you'll receive wealth in your spirit, and it'll also attract wealth. It'll also attract wealth to your pockets on the physical realm, because you are being authentically yourself. And there are people who are going to understand you and see value in you, and they're going to be willing to pay you for what you do. Okay, so it's time for you to call judgment on your situation, not letting other people tell you what you're going through, but tell yourself, this is how I feel, this is what I want to do about it, and move forward from there. Because with you asking other people what they think, then it's constantly, you're still kind of like avoiding telling yourself the truth. You're avoiding hearing yourself out. You're ignoring yourself. So it's time for you to stop asking other people for validation and listen to yourself. Understand that you need support too. You need love too, and give that to yourself. And once you do that on the inside, because all of this is internal, okay? And it's going to take a process. It's not going to happen overnight. And so sometimes you're going to feel like you've already healed, and then you're going to feel like, okay, I can express myself now. And sometimes you might hit a little energetic blockage that you might have to work through, because energy works, it's not linear, okay? Energy is not linear. Energy is random. So you might run into a blockage, and then next moment you feel completely free because you worked through that blockage, and then a couple of days later you run into another blockage. But these blockages, they might appear because you've been triggered, or you might just really feel the need to work through something, because sometimes we wake up and our bodies feel heavy, and our bodies might feel heavy when we wake up sometimes because subconsciously we are needing to release something, but we're not aware, okay? And so that's why it's important to meditate and be clear with yourself. Stay clear with yourself. Stay in tune with the divine. Okay, so like, it's really time to free yourself, for real. It's time to free yourself. Follow your own truth. Stop blocking your throat chakra by asking for unnecessary opinions and point of views that don't even align with your life purpose. Everybody has their own life to live, and everybody has a unique gift to bring. And that requires, a unique expression, a unique connection with God. And so if you're allowing other people to tell you who God is, and you never see God for yourself, then you're constantly going to be confused. You are. And so it's time for you to say, This is what I believe God, this is who I believe God is. This is what I believe God is telling me to do. This is who I am. This is how I'm going to express it, you know, and just learn, because life is a journey. You're not going to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. You can't be afraid to make those mistakes and go through those trials and tribulations. Know that God is still with you the whole time, even if you do feel alone and you feel like something bad happened. That's all for a bigger purpose. It's not meant for you to dwell on the negativity. It's meant for you to rise above it and keep going, okay? But that's what I have for y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning into this video today. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay notified for my future videos, okay? I'm sending everyone love, balance, and power, okay? Wisdom. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.